glare. That kind of works. No! Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would turn off her toys. Today I thought we could do a Q&A part 2 in my car while we wait for Ryan to complete his driving lesson so he can do a redemption driving test, which he has booked already. Okay, so I didn't plan on doing this today, but I did bring my little book just in case I did. No. Put it on the back too. There you go. Alright, I've made some makeshift curtains because you can see you're going to get like a heap of, what's the word? Glaze. Alright Bubba, you ready to answer these questions with me? So whenever I have a new video idea, I always write out kind of what I'm going to be doing in it or the questions I'm going to be asking, sorry. So I feel more prepared. So the first question I have is from my friend Ash, and she asked, did you bond with Brooklyn straight away or did it take a while? I think it took a while, actually. I remember staying in hospital and talking to Ryan about how I just didn't feel like connected to her, and I was worried that that was going to make me a bad mother, and I was starting to overthink everything. I think I really started to connect with her when we got home. At the hospital, she was really having trouble latching on with feeding, and I just got really overwhelmed and I didn't know what to do, and so I would be expressing at the hospital and she'd be having the bottle quite a bit. And then when we got home, the nurses that come to visit you to make sure that you're doing all good in the first couple days, they helped me with Brooklyn latch a lot better, and I felt like that is kind of what connected us. So it definitely took a couple days. We went home 3 or 4 days after I had Brooklyn. So it did take a little bit of time. The next question is, how did Ryan and I meet? We met at school in year 11. I was new to the school. I'd only just showed up on Valentine's Day, and kind of the moment I laid eyes on him, I was a little bit obsessed with him. He wasn't single at the time, so I didn't do anything. Apart from the normal, just, you know, crushing and kind of being a bit obsessed with him, but that was it. And then he was single, and then we kind of just hit it off from there. And we've been good as gold ever since. The next question is, when I was having contractions, was I hungry or thirsty from Elsie? I was not at all. If anyone put food near me, water near me, I was going to throw up. I just couldn't handle the smell, the thought of it. Like, you know, when you just get really sick, the thought of food or anything just makes you want to throw up. That's kind of what I was going through. Hey. I didn't eat till a little bit after Brooklyn's birth either, so I took a while to want food again and water. Yum, 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 yum. What have I told you? What have I told you? These next few questions are from Pippa. What are you doing? I know you're tired, I'm sorry. Alright, the next question is, why do people judge young mums when age doesn't define motherhood? I don't know. I would love to ask people who have judged me for having Brooklyn, I would love to ask them, and I would love to know the same thing. I think like every age group that has a baby, there are irresponsible ones and there are responsible ones, and I think young mums get more of the stereotype that we're just irresponsible, not goal orientated, and we're just lazy, which couldn't be further from the truth, I think. But honestly, that is a question that would have to be asked by people who judge us. Hungry? Okay, the next question is, have you ever been pregnant before? No, I have not. Before Brooklyn or after Brooklyn, I haven't been pregnant apart from Brooklyn. The next question is, how long is recovery after pregnancy? So I think the standard amount of time for recovery after a natural birth is about 6 to 8 weeks. Though I might not be right. I think that's before you can like start kind of exercising, walking, fast walking kind of thing again. It really depends on the individual, I think though. I did tear, so it did take a little bit longer to heal down there. So for me, I think maybe 2 weeks it took me to fully kind of just want to get up and move again. Okay, the next question is, what is the biggest concern about having a baby? I'm not really sure how to answer that one because I don't really understand the question so much. I guess just keeping them protected and happy and healthy and safe. And so that's probably my biggest worry, is them not being safe and something suddenly happens overnight and they just become ill or something like that. That's probably the best I can answer it, but I feel like there could be a lot more to the question, if that makes sense. Alright, the next question is it hard to maintain a relationship while having a baby? I don't think it's hard to maintain a relationship after you have a baby. I think communication is definitely key though. If you can't sit down and talk about what's wrong, then it's going to start building up in the relationship, and then one day you're just going to explode about all the things that are wrong and you're just not going to want to fix them. So I think communication is key. I hope that answers your question. I'm sorry if I'm not answering these amazingly. The next question is, what are your goals for your family in the future? Own a house, have a backyard, a barbecue. Hello? Anybody there? I want to get into real estate. That's my dream job. Ryan wants to work with cars in the future. So if we can have those things in life, if we can have that, be the happiest family ever. For her nap. No, please. Please. The next question is, how do you entertain yourself every day? Well, Brooklyn really does the job for us, if I'm being honest. She is quite the handful. She is getting to the stage where she just wants to throw a tantrum for no reason. I was just telling them about this actually. But the time where she is asleep, which is during the day for about 2-ish hours, Ryan and I go into the room and we just lay on the bed and he either plays Xbox or we take turns watching something that we like episode by episode. So I'm watching The Office at the moment, rewatching The Office at the moment I should say, and he is watching 7 Deadly Sins. Or I do have schoolwork, or sometimes Ryan's out in the garden cleaning things up. You know, I was like today, nah, she's not going to need a summer suit in her spare change of bag clothes things. It would be handy if she had one. Alright, the next question is, how many people knew you were pregnant? My brothers and sisters knew, Ryan's family knew, and then 7-ish friends knew. Not straight away though, they found out quite later on, some of them. The next question is, has Bub ever got really sick or had any problems? No, thank gosh. The biggest scare I had was when coronavirus started up and she got a fever, and I wanted to go to the doctors just to be sure it was because of her teething, and they refused us to come in and said you should just go to the hospital. And I'm thinking, no way, like she could definitely catch it there. And then that night it settled down and it was just her teething. But yeah, that's probably the biggest scare we've had to do with problems or being scared if something was wrong. A few people asked this question, how many kids do we want? Okay, so when I was pregnant, I was completely stuck on Brooklyn having a sibling, like almost immediately after I gave birth to Brooklyn. Like all throughout my pregnancy, I was like to Ryan, get ready for kid number 2 after this. She's gonna have a sibling, they're gonna grow close. And I was really stuck on it. And then I had Brooklyn, and my first words after I had her was, she can have a puppy. She can have as many puppies as she wants. I am not having another kid. And then I kind of cooled off and was like, yeah, maybe it wasn't that bad. But I don't think that we're gonna have another kid for maybe ever or a while. I'm really happy with the one. Not that it's hard, not that it's like too hard or anything, but I want to focus on giving Brooklyn what we can give her, if that makes sense. And I want to focus on starting off my real estate career, and Ryan wants to do things with his work, and we're really just happy with one. And I don't know if that's going to change, and I'm not too bothered if it doesn't. I'm not gonna lie, I felt really guilty about that because I see families with multiple kids and I'm like, well, maybe I'm a bad mom if Brooklyn doesn't have a sibling. I know it's not true, but it's stuck in my head, like she's gonna be lonely or something. But I just don't see ourselves having more kids in the future, really. Alright, the next question is, what is the grossest thing I have done as a mum? Probably, I totally didn't think about this when I was pregnant or anything. And so when I realized that, of course, baby's nails grow and you've got to clip them and stuff. But I was too scared to clip them. I was like, no, I'm going to clip her skin, or I'm going to clip her whole finger off. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'll just bite them off. And so I still do that. I still bite her little nails and her little toenails off. No! Getting her boogers out. One time she pooped all over herself. It went like up her nappy, to the front of her nappy, to the back of her nappy, everywhere, and it was all over her. And I was like, there's no way we're going to clean this without getting everything around us like dirty, like with poop on it. So one day I just stripped and I was like, you know what, just screw it. And I just got in the shower with her and I had poop all over me, and that was pretty gross. Like, it stunk really, really, really bad. Like, Ryan couldn't even stay in the room. Well, he could, but it was about to throw up. It was gross. But I think there are more things to come, because when you're like because she's 14 months old now, it's just poop and wheeze and boogers and toenails. And then when they're like toddler and they start getting into everything, like she's starting to now, I think that's when the gross stuff really starts. Alright, the next question is, what is sex like after birth? It's scary because you're worried that something's gonna go wrong, and so you're kind of like tensed up, and then but then you realize, you know, it's okay and it's not hurting, and then it's fine. It's a little bit odd for the first couple times, like, I don't know how to explain it, but like there's a lot of like pressure down there, like actual pressure, not like pressure, but like pressure. And it's hard to explain, but it went away after a while. I think it was just, I don't really know why that happened, but it did. But it's all back to normal now. And it's like I never ripped my vagina open. But do make sure you wait the recommended amount of time that the doctors give you before you can start doing that kind of stuff again, because if you don't, it could cause permanent damage, and you don't want just like your impatience to ruin something like that for the rest of your life. Well, those are all the questions I have for today. Please like and subscribe if you like this video and like my channel. Now I'm just going to be waiting for Ryan. I mean, he should be done by now. Hey! Hey! My baby's trying to escape. She's trying to escape. Hey! 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 Oh! Oh shit. Oh shit. Hey! Hey! You say bye-bye? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'm back, I'm free, I'm sorry.